Hey everyone, I'm Kiana.
And I'm Spiros.
Welcome back to our channel. Today we wanted to talk about transactional leadership. Now we know there are many styles of leadership out there, but we wanted to take the six most common and most distinct leadership style and do a deep dive in some of them. They're not in order of importance, and this is based off of our research. We will share reflection and some thought towards the end of the video. Now, the definition of transactional leadership is it is a performance based. Think of it as carrot on a stick approach where leaders use rewards and penalties to manage results. So, in short, you can think of it as an hit your targets and then you own your rewards. The pros is it sets clear structure and goals. It is very tangible motivation through rewards and is fairness through consistent criteria. It's very achievable when you're able to utilize this style, but make sure the goals you set is going to be measurable and attainable. Now, environments where this works best in is going to be sales and commission based team, as well as in very repetitive high volume operations such as call centers, retail. In addition to that, productions or assembly environments like assembly lines, this style will give you the best result. But with that being said, there's going to be cons as well. What would you say would be some of the cons, Spiros?
Yes, it can create a feeling of being impersonal and kind of a mechanical culture. It can breed competition over teamwork because the performance is down to the individual level for the most part. And it does have a risk of burnout or turnover on the team because everything is specific to the performance. Now, because of that, where it won't work very well in is think of places like creative environments or innovative industries as such, cross-functional work with shared ownership and with employees who value autonomy. So a little bit of reflection from my perspective. Overall, I think this style is really coming down to the words of hit your targets, earn your rewards is the best way you kind of think of this transactional style. But be aware that you can be a transactional leader based on your team's behavior and you reward them and reprimand them based on the actual behavior or on their outcomes. So there's kind of two ways you can approach this style that I've seen. How about you, Kiana?
Yeah, I would say I definitely agree with the definition and pros and cons. I feel like the transactional leadership style is pretty self-explanatory. Um, you kind of can understand it's like when you're training a dog, right? You give the dog a treat, and they basically pick up that pattern and pick up that repetition and be able to know what they need to do to be able to get the rewards. Now, like all the other styles, this is very situational. It isn't a style that you can use at all times, and honestly, maybe it isn't a style that you want to use and you're capable of using due to compliance or your company policy. So if you as a leader, you know that you don't really like this type of every day I gotta do kind of the redundancies of work. And yeah, I get this result and reward, or I don't hit my goals, I don't get it. That may be the best type of leadership style or leadership roles you want to go into is not going to be towards sales because this style is very dominant of a style for a lot of sales roles to be able to hit the goals and be able to kind of create that outcome you want. So like we mentioned before, with any style, you will be able to evaluate the right timing, the appropriation of the situation, and be able to utilize it accordingly. So always operate it with caution, but it is a really fun style.
Very good. Well, thank you all very much. Please like and subscribe and comment on what style you would like to see a deep dive in or any other style you'd like to see next. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.